Hey there, I'm Collector B and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a manga collection tour. I'm going to be showing everything that I have in my collection here behind me, so you're going to see the full view really soon. And if you're new here, I usually do anime figure hauls and unboxings and manga hauls and fun things like that. So if you want to stick around, definitely subscribe. So appreciate it. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Alright, and these are my Billy bookshelves from IKEA. I've got 4 in total here, and this displays my manga collection, my full manga collection. I do have a small bookshelf that I have off to the side that we'll see at the end with just like the remaining sets of manga, but this is it right here. You do see some figures that I have, some of the bigger ones. Those are how I usually display them, but I've taken off everything else from the shelves right now so that way we can focus fully on the manga. Alright, so yeah, very proud of this, so let's get into it. Okay, and then one thing to note is I don't have these volumes that you're going to see in the video arranged in any particular order. It's basically where things would fit on my shelves and look better, and honestly the main thing was where things would fit and make sense with all the series being able to be together, so that's that. Okay, so starting on the very top shelf to the left, we have the first series. Here we have Takane and Hana volumes 1 through 18. This is the complete series, and I will try to go pretty quickly through these, and so I'm going to just be mentioning if I have them completed or not. So I won't go into detail on each and every one, that way we can kind of get a good pace on this video, otherwise it'd be way too long. So anyway, we have volumes 1 through 18, like I said, with Takane and Hana. So here's some romances, and another romance is Say I Love You, volumes 1 through 18. This one I've had for a very long time, this series, so it's a good romance manga to recommend here. And then we move on to the complete series of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And this is the omnibuses all the way to the end for the volumes. And then some that you've seen pretty recently in a manga haul here is Marmalade Boy, the 1 and 2 collector's edition volumes. And then moving on to the next shelf, we've got here One Piece omnibuses. And these have been a long time coming and collecting, but each of them have 3 volumes. And so we've got all of this going all the way to the next shelf here, and it's One Piece up to volume 93 here for the Wano storyline. And then after that we've got light novels. Actually, this is the Ace's Story volumes 1 and 2 for that. And then moving on, we've got Fushigi Yuki. This one is a classic, nostalgic series of mine. It's the complete Vizbig editions, and this is volumes 1 through 6. They have 3 in 1 volume, so it's a nice big edition here. I love it because the artwork is, of course, much bigger, and the paper is better quality. So yeah, I've read this a few times, so it's really nice to see it in this format here. Really cool. All right. And then moving on, we have Chobits, another recent one that you might have seen in one of my recent hauls. This is the complete series here. These are really nice volumes. We've got Chobits 20th anniversary here. Really pretty additions there. And then moving on, like I said earlier, I kept these up because you've seen both of these in anime figure hauls, so definitely check those out if you haven't for the full unboxing on those. Okay, next shelf, we've got Bleach. This is Bleach on this whole shelf here, and then a little bit on this next shelf here. So this is makes up box sets 1 and 2, so that's why you see those. I haven't got 3 yet, but otherwise we've got this many volumes up to 48. Bleach is one of my favorite nostalgic series as well. Grew up watching the anime, so yeah, this is a great series. If you haven't read about it or heard about it, definitely check this one out. It's a fun action shonen adventure. And then speaking of shonen adventure, we have another one here, an older one you may or may not have heard about, but it's Rave Master. I've got the volumes 1, there's 2 of this one because I had bought this one for a better copy, but we've got 1 through 20 in volumes here, and this is not complete. Well, it is complete in the series itself, but for me, I only have volumes up to 1 through 20 just because it gets a little bit harder when these are out of print and an older series. So every once in a while when I see a good deal, I'll pick up and continue on collecting them. And then after that, we've got Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I've raved about this one. I've read beyond these volumes, but so far I've collected volumes 1 through 2. But I love this series. You know, if you've seen my other videos, it's a fun series to check out. And then moving on after that, we've got Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. If you've seen my video prior to this one about my birthday trip that I had recently in December to Santa Cruz, and we rode a steam train and did some manga reading and went to some libraries, but you would have seen me rave about this one and talk about it in that video, so check that one out. And we've got volumes 1 through 9. This is, I believe the series may be complete. I'll put that on the screen, but so far I have volumes 1 through 9. And then moving on to the next shelf, we've got Bungo Stray Dogs, and this I have so far volumes 1 through 21. I'll just show you the front cover here. Bungo Stray Dogs, love the anime, and it got me into wanting to read the manga and continuing on with that. So it's a cool series. It's a detective kind of supernatural series, so check that one out if that interests you. And then moving on after that, we've got volume 1 and 2 of The Alchemist Who Survived, Now Dreams of a Quiet Life. So those two cute series so far. And then we've got volumes 1 through 5 of Kaiju number 8. That's the first one of that one. And Mugen Spiral is a completed 2 volumes romance series. And then I've got volume 1 of 86. And I believe these you probably would have seen in the most recent haul. I think this is where I put these. We've got volume 1 of Unnamed Memory. And then A Condition Called Love, volume 1. The 7th Time Loop. And the villainess enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy, volume 1. House Moving Castle, volume 1. And My Happy Marriage, volume 1. I love this romance, beautiful Netflix series. Is beautiful, gorgeous animation. Check that one out if that interests you. And then we've got volumes 1 and 2 of The Apothecary Diaries. We've got volume 1 of Tsubaki-cho Lonely Planet. So these are pretty much all romance here on this part. Imakoi volume 1. And this one is a sadder tale. Romance kind of, but really tragic and sad. It's The God's Lie. This is a 1 volume complete on that. On the very bottom shelf, it's some of my regular novels here. I have another separate bookshelf with just regular novels, fiction novels, but we'll move on to manga, to the next shelf. Climbing up to the top. We've got Kakaguri volumes 1 through 14. I believe there might be 1 or 2 volumes after this one, but so far I've got up to 14. Then I've got the kind of spin-off sequel, I believe, but it's Kakaguri Twins volume 1 and 2. And then I've got Horimiya, a great romance slice of life series. It's volumes 1 through 16. And then I also have this one in Spanish, just because I don't believe they have an official English version. So they have this in Japanese and Spanish. So I can understand a little bit of Spanish and translate the rest if I need to. I haven't actually read it, but it's cool to have this official guidebook in a language I can kind of understand. So there's that one there for the official guide, the 10.5. And the next one series is Ino X Boku SS. I believe this one might be out of print, or at least it was at the time. So it was a little trickier finding the last volume or 2, but I eventually got the full series of it. So I have volumes 1 through 11 of this series here. And then moving on to the next shelf, we've got Hell's Paradise, the complete series 1 through 13. This one here. This one has now been made into an anime. anime as well. It's a fun series. And then to a classic, we have Dragon Ball, the original series, volumes 1 through 16 complete. I had purchased the box set on this one, so that's why I have them all here, completed and easy. But yeah, I love this series. It's a classic, very fun to read. There's that. And then moving on to the next shelf here. We've got some romances. We have Steppin' on Roses. This one it might be out of print, or at least harder to get now. But this is volumes 1 through 9. And then a series that we've already talked about, but I also have them in the single volume editions as well, just because it's actually a little bit easier to read in these smaller volumes than it is to read in the, where are they? These big editions. I'm always scared that these spines are going to crack, and I just love to keep these, more carefully used. And these, it's just, there's not as much damage that can happen with these. So it's just a series that I really love, so I'm happy to have it in 2 editions. Whichever I feel like reading, which version, I will do that. But yeah, same here. Volumes 1 through 18 complete. We'll move on to the next shelf here. We've got one single volume edition here that it's in 1 volume, and it's called The Angel of Elhamburg. I haven't read this one yet, but it's just so pretty. When I saw it in the store, I'm like, yeah, this is a beautiful edition to have. Something that I'm looking forward to reading. But yeah, isn't that cover gorgeous? Love it. All right, and then after that one, we've got Erased, the complete series in hardcover editions 1 through 5. This one is a very good series. It's an anime as well, and it is one of those where the protagonist has a chance to go back in time and try to save his friend. So that's a good series to get into. And then after that one, I love Pokemon. I've played it since I was in elementary school when the original red and blue versions were a big deal when they first came out. So yeah, it's just really nostalgic to read back these stories all the way back from the beginning. Yeah, so far, there are more after this, but I have 1 through 7 so far on that. And then we have a romance series, The Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I've got the volumes 1 and 2 so far of the manga. And yeah, it's a very cool series. I love that one. So there's that. And then we've got Kill la Kill. Volumes 1 through 3 complete on here. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, I think these might be out of print, or at least maybe a little bit harder to find. Maybe not, but anyway, I have volumes, 1 through 3. And then after that is a favorite of mine. I remember watching the anime first and then wanting to dive into these just to get more of the story. But this is Arakawa Under the Bridge, complete, volumes 1 through 8. So yeah, it's a really fun series. It's about a girl who's homeless, living with her friends, kind of like their own little group, their own little commune. This guy is a businessman with a tough life and a demanding father. And he actually discovers her, falls in love with her, and wants to be part of her life under the bridge. So it's this really funny, comedic, slice of life kind of thing here. So there's that. The next one on the next shelf is something that I love and rave about. It is My Next Life as Villainess All Routes Lead to Doom, volumes 1 through 8. It's currently ongoing. So this is what there is so far on that. Okay, and then we've got the next one, a romance. It's Snow White with the Red Hair, volumes 1 through 14. I believe it might still be ongoing, but currently I've got these volumes here. I love this series. It's a very romantic, kind of medieval fantasy take where she is, very very like responsible and is wanting to lead her own life. She is really good with herbs and things like that, and this prince, they fall in love, but it's really nice seeing their romance blossom, and you see things way past the normal romance where they might just confess at the end of an anime and you'll never see anything, but you actually get to see their relationship beyond the confession and how their lives happen throughout the story in the castle and adventure. So that's a really good series, recommend that one. The next one up is Shortcake Cake, and this series is complete at 12 volumes. This one is a cute romance as well. And then we've got volumes 1 and 2 of Beastmaster. I talked about this one recently, that I wanted it back in my collection after I had sold it ages ago. But yeah, it's a good read. Definitely check that one out. And then moving on to the next shelf, you would have seen this one as well in my last video where I had my birthday trip video. But this shelf is some of my Dragon Ball stuff. So we've got just a one-off volume of Dragon Ball, kind of a spin-off. It's Jocko, the Galactic Patrolman. You'll know about him if you've seen Dragon Ball Super or the movies, but yeah, this is a really cool book. It's an interesting read. It shows his life when the rest of Dragon Ball was happening, and who he actually knows in, a big important figure, like who he meets before everyone else. So that's really interesting read there. And then like I said, is this volume here, a one-off volume as well. It's Dragon Ball, That Time I Got Reincarnated as Yamcha. That is a fun read. You would have seen me talk about that one in my last video. And then we've got 1 through 15 of Dragon Ball Super. Fun read here. That one's still ongoing. After that, we've got Gintama volume, just 3 of them so far that I've completed. 1 and 13 and 17. I've read past this, just physically I own these 3 so far. 1, 13 and 17. And then here is one that I was excited to complete. We have Yu Yu Hakusho volumes 1 through 19 complete. So this is a complete series here. It's a really fun shonen, an older series, but yeah, it's really cool. I think they might be coming out with a live action soon of this one, I think, movies. So yeah, look forward to that. But yeah, the anime is really fun to check out as well if you're interested. And then we've got a one-off. It's Attack on Titan guidebook. A fan of Attack on Titan, and just thought, collect little books that I see along the way. It's more like it says a guidebook where it talks about the characters and things that probably would be spoilers for someone who didn't know about the series, but it has some exclusive stuff. It says, what does it say here? Interviews, some art, concept art, 16 pages in full color, an exhaustive guide to the characters, and paper kit to create your own colossal Titan head, 54-page, never before seen Attack on Titan pilot manga. So yeah, there's that. If you're interested in Attack on Titan, check that out. Moving on to the next shelf, we've got some more romance manga. We've got High School Debut, the omnibuses, complete, and that is volumes 1 through 15 in this 3-in-1 selection here. So that's a really good one if you're looking for a romance with a great couple. This one is definitely one to check out. High School Debut. Then we've got the complete series of Maid-sama. This one is a 2-in-1 omnibuses. It's volumes 1 all the way to 18. This one I don't remember liking as much as High School Debut, but it's still a solid romance if you want to check that out. And then we've got a favorite of mine. We've got volumes 1 through 5 of The Savior's Book Cafe, Story in Another World. This one I talked about in one of my hauls, and I, like I said, raved about it because it's an older couple. She is from, our world reality, and she is brought in by like a god, claiming that she is the savior, and he will grant her a wish if she were to go to the fantasy world that she's pulled into. And so she wishes that she doesn't have to take part in the adventure, and she'd rather have like a book cafe. So of course she gets her wish there. She attracts the attention of the guard, who wants to come to her cafe, and they fall in love. So it's a fantasy story. There is some adventure to it, but it's really laid back and chill if you're looking for that. So that's that. Then the next one is Ajin, volumes 1 through 17. This one's a really fast-paced kind of thriller horror type story. It's a fun one to read. Definitely recommend that one. And then the last shelf of the second bookcase, we have Cardcaptor Sakura, books 1 through 4 complete. This is, I don't think this is probably out of print, I think, now, these bigger omnibuses, but I decided to go with this route of collecting them just because it was more compact series edition, but it's a fun story, nostalgic, classic little magical girl on an adventure, so it's a good one. And then I talked about this one recently. We've got the complete series. I finished collecting. It's the Nana series, volumes 1 through 21. This one's a really awesome read. It recently came back into print, so if you're wanting to collect it, it's definitely available for you. Luckily, it's really good because it's a great series. Okay. And then next we've got Lore Olympus. This one is not manga technically, well, it's a graphic novel, but these were fun pickups. And I've got volume 1 and 2 of those. And then lastly on this shelf, we've got the complete collector's edition, volumes 1 and 2. The series is complete like this in 2 large hardcover editions. Put this down, they're rather heavy. Okay, so we've got this. And yeah, these are really beautiful editions. Of course, bigger pages, so you get larger art. Paper quality is fantastic. It's like this really premium, shiny paper, which is awesome. So that's a really fun read there. Yep, there's that. Okay, and now we are on shelf bookcase number 3 at the very top. We've got Plunderer volumes 1 through 8. This one's a spicier series, but it's a good one. It starts off a little bit slow with the adventure, but it definitely picks up. So if you're looking for something fun, adventurous with a little bit of romance, definitely one to check out. And it's not, I haven't completed the full set. I think it might still be ongoing, but so far I've got volumes 1 through 8. And then next up is a classic series and some more nostalgia here. We've got volumes 1 through 9. I don't believe I have the full set yet. I'll put it on screen how much there are. But so far I've got volumes 1 through 9. It's a really sweet series here. There's that. Moving on to the second shelf, we've got the case study of Vanitas, volumes 1 through 9. This one's another one with a great anime as well. Definitely recommend it. So I first got started with that one before I moved on to the manga series. It's not complete yet. I believe it's still ongoing. But so far I've got volumes 1 through 9. And then we've got a really fun series here, Laid Back Camp, volumes 1 through 10. This one I believe is still going on as well. But yeah, it's a really slice of life, laid back series. We've got a group of friends, and it starts off with her camping alone, this one here wanting to join her, and then just a camping club just starting with friends. So it's really sweet series, really fun. And after that, we've got a romance series here, a high school romance. It's called My Little Monster. It's complete at 13 volumes. And here's the cover. It's the typical, smart, responsible girl who meets this supposedly bad guy vibe type, but he's actually a good guy at heart, and so they learn more about each other and fall in love. And then last one on the shelf, we've got a great adventure series. It's called Blood Blockade Battlefront. I don't know if this one's out of print anymore. I remember having a hard time, I think 1 or 2 volumes when I was collecting them ages ago, but I've got 2 volumes of volume 1 just because I think, I wanted the spines to match in the end, so I might have gotten this volume 1 first, and then eventually went on to get this one when I could find them, that they all kind of went along better. But I still have this one. It's just a great series. So There's that. And then this is complete at 10 volumes. And then moving on to the next shelf, we've got some of my most prized possessions, let's say, of manga. They are both out of print as far as I know. We first have here volume 1 through 14 of From Far Away. This one's a really cool series. This girl finds herself in another world, a fantasy world, and I believe, they speak a different language, and so in the beginning you see her trying to navigate the world, not being able to communicate with him or anyone else around. She finds him and he reluctantly has to protect her, and the story unfolds from there. So it's just really interesting to see them try to communicate in the beginning and her learning their language. And then we've got another romance series, a steamier one, let's say. It's Red River here. And we've got the complete series of 1 through 28. So it's complete and finished at 28 volumes. So it's a long one. But yeah, this one is another one where she is in another world. And of course there's hot guys, drama, murder, romance. So it's definitely a fun one to read if you're looking for something like that. And then finishing off this shelf here, we've got Your Name volumes 1 through 3 complete. The anime, I'm sure you've heard about it probably. It's a great one, really beautiful visuals and story. So that is that in 3 finished volumes of manga. Here we've got a light novel, it fit perfectly at the very end, so that's why I put it here. We've got this, and of course, like I said, it's a light novel, but I heard the story is really good. I haven't gotten into this one, but I think there might be some romance in this one, which is why I wanted to pick it up along with fantasy, so there's that. And then moving on to the next shelf, we've got one that I talked about and read in my last video with my birthday trip. This one is a fun one. It's called I'm the Villainess, So I'm Taming the Final Boss, volume 1 and through 3. I think there might be more after this one because it doesn't say final volume on here. So far I've got volumes 1 through 3. Then we've got Toradora volumes 1 through 10. I believe this one's the same case. I think it's still ongoing, slowly but surely coming out. But this one is a classic romance tale. 2 very different people fall in love, but there's things that come before where they actually think they like different people, and so it's just that kind of slice of life, high school drama, romance tale. And then we have Spy Family volumes 1 through 7. This one's a fun one. I'm sure plenty of you know about this one. It's a great adventure story with the group of 3 here form an unlikely family. This guy, for his job, needs to pose as a married guy with family, and so he marries her. She is a secret assassin, but wants no one to know about it. He is a spy, wants no one to know about it, and she is telepathic, their child. Who knows exactly who they are, but doesn't say anything. But of course there's adventure along the way, and yeah, it's just a really fun series. So that's so far I have 7. I believe it's still ongoing. And then after that, we've got Hanada-kun. We've got volumes 1 through 7 here. This is a prequel to Barakamon, which is have next to it. So I'll talk about these together, but volumes 1 through 7 complete here, and volumes 1 through 18 complete here. This is a great slice of life story, Barakamon, about a guy who does the drawing. I'll put it on screen, I forgot the word. I'm sure it says on here. What does it say? A calligrapher, yes. So he's a young calligrapher who goes to this island. I think he's trying to sort out his life and trying to get his motivation back. So he meets all the villagers on the island and forms a lot of beautiful bonds, and he learns about himself and life along the way. But this here is a prequel to that when he's in high school. So that's just like more of the story, more background if you want it for the main story. This one was out of print for a long while, but I believe they're coming back into print if they aren't already, so definitely check this series out, get your hands on it. It's a really good one. And then moving on to the next shelf, This one you will definitely have seen from my recent videos. It's my main background. I sit right here in the middle. But we've got the hardcovers, the complete hardcovers of Emma right here. It's a beautiful series, a romance, an unlikely romance between a maid and a nobleman. And the drama that ensues right on that. And then after that we've got volume collection 1, the deluxe edition of The Girl from the Other Side. Beautiful artwork on this, beautiful edition too. And that's so far there. You will see Reem here from Laid Back Camp. I'll go more into detail on stuff on this one when I do the figure haul video, or the anime figure tour video. But so far I just thought, since you probably have seen her from my other videos, I'll just leave her there, really nice and cozy. Then moving on after that, we've got one of my favorite series of all time, especially the anime, Samurai Champloo, volume 1 and 2 complete. I just love this story. I don't know how many times I've seen it, but yeah, favorite of mine. Samurai Champloo. And then we've got volumes 1 through 3 of The Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena. I believe it should be ongoing. And so far I have 1 through 3. Then another favorite story of mine is Tokyo ESP, the complete series, volumes 1 through 8. I first watched the anime of this one, and it's a really fun time. Supernatural and everything, with powers and a bit of romance, which I love sprinkled in the stories, which is always fun. There's that. We've got Taiga here that you've seen in my prior videos. And then moving on after that is the series Yowamushi Pedal. I've got 2 volume 1s just because it's a smaller edition that I think like a special edition. Oh yeah, it's a Loot Crate. Yeah, it's a Loot Crate exclusive. So since I like the series, I thought I'd get the exclusive volume. And then we have the regular volumes of Yowamushi Pedal 1 through 19 ongoing. And so far currently have up to 19. And then after that we've got Sign of Affection, volumes 1 through 6, currently ongoing, I believe. Yeah, really sweet, more mature, they're in college romance, so that's a good one to check out. And then the last shelf of this third bookcase, we've got some hardcovers. I try to keep things on the bottom that are heavier, so that's why you'll see more of the hardcovers on the bottom here. But Attack on Titan, we've got No Regrets on this one. This one features Levi, and it's a complete color edition, which is awesome. That's really cool to see. Not very many manga do this in full color, so it's awesome to have that. There's that. Then we've got the hardcover of Revolutionary Girl Utena volumes, complete volume 1 and 2. A little dusty, but it's the full series here. It's a great read. And then we've got a special one here. We've got Steins Gate, the complete manga in hardcover. This is the exclusive limited edition Barnes & Noble edition. And so this is really special to have in my collection just because you can't get it anymore, at least not easily. You can get the paperback for sure, but the hardcover, it's a lot harder to come by because it was a limited edition. So really happy I have this one. Got it when it came out. So there's that. And then we've got some special volumes here. We've got some manga classic versions of some classic series. So we've got Anne of Green Gables, we've got Emma, we've got Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and Jane Eyre. So I love period dramas, especially romantic period dramas. Emma is one of my very favorites, and as well as Pride and Prejudice. And this one, yeah, they're just really fun reads. So you get the story. It's the only authorized manga adaptation by the heirs of Ellen Montgomery for Anne of Green Gables. But yeah, they're just really sweet. So you get the story in manga form if you ever want to relive the story in a different format. That's a way to go. And then their hardcovers, which I love. And then moving on, lastly on this shelf, we've got Full Metal Alchemist, volumes 1 through 14. The series is complete in the hardcovers, but I am missing a few volumes at the very end, so I need to get a few more to have the complete set. But so far, I've got volumes 1 through 14 of Full Metal Alchemist, and these really cool hardcover editions here. They do have a few they do have a few color pages in the front, at least in this first volume here. Otherwise, it's just a little bit better paper. So yeah, definitely get a bit of a premium experience reading them in these versions. I know there's been some criticism on these spines here because they have foil, gold, like some shiny foil on there, and they can tend to rub off easy with the sweat or oil of the hands when you're holding them. So be careful with those if you have these editions. Otherwise, it's really cool experience on this. All right, and so now we are at the last full Billy bookshelf. I'm at the very top of the last fourth one of the Billy bookshelf cases. We've got Yona of the Dawn, and so far I've got up to volume 38. The series is still ongoing, and it's a very long series, but it's got fantasy, romance. If you're, a shonen reader and you want to kind of dip your toe in a more something with a bit more romance, meaning, but still, great cast of characters who all are going on this journey together with her to get back the kingdom. That is a great series to check out. So yeah, Yona of the Dawn, highly recommend. Then we've got here Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind by Hayao Miyazaki. This is a great anime movie to watch by Studio Ghibli. And so they actually have the manga version as well. They're paperback, so think like Viz Big editions. But yeah, it's a really great read. You get bigger artwork and everything on there, so it's a really good time. And then moving on to the next shelf here, we've got Wotakoi. Love is Hard for Otaku. Here's volume 1. I've been rereading this one, that's why you see the bookmark on top there. But yeah, this is a nice series. We've got older characters who are in an office setting, and so we have two couples who are living their life, working, navigating life and romance and everything on there. And you'll see here that I have 3 volume 6s, and if you've seen one of the hauls video that I had this one, you will know that there was multiple editions. So one was Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. That one was the Books A Million exclusive. And this one I believe might have been the regular edition. Oh no, this is the Kinokuniya. Yeah, so there are those 3 exclusive editions for that. And then we've got Blackbird volumes 1 through 18. This one I got the box set with this one. And so it came with a little book here. It's been a long while since I looked at this, but yeah, I think it's, pictures, art of the series. So otherwise, this one is a spicier romance if you want to get into that. But yeah, it's a very good series for romance. There's that. And then to the next shelf below, we've got Aria, the Masterpiece complete set of 1 through 7 volumes. There's some pretty gold foiling on the edge of these, which makes them pretty on the shelf. But here is Aria. These ones have some French flaps on them. And they have really pretty art, really good story. So these editions by Tokyo Pop, and I believe Right Stuff. I had gotten these from Right Stuff back when they released them. They were doing like a last printing of them, so I don't think they're very easy to get anymore. I could be wrong. I think Crunchyroll might have had more copies when they took over, so it could be easier to get now. So maybe if you're interested, check these out and see if you're able to get your copies. And then moving on, we've got a complete series here, completed, and I have the complete set. It's Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches, volumes 1 through 28. This one's a great series, fantasy, romance volume here. Here's our main protagonist. There's some body switching and things like that, some drama going on as well. But what's really interesting is when it got to the later sets, they went from 1 volume editions to doing like a omnibus 2-in-1, but they still made the covers, which is cool, having it look like it's 2 individual volumes, but it's just one. Just one put together, which is cool. But yeah, it's a great series to check out. So that they did that for 19, 20, 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27, 28. So that's that of Yamada-kun 7 Witches. And then we move on to Days on Fez, the complete series, finished volumes 1 through 5. This one's a shorter series here about a group of friends who go to a music festival. They love going to that sort of thing. And yeah, I think there might be some romance. I think he's interested in her. I'm not sure. I haven't read this. I haven't finished the series, so don't know how that one ends yet. But so far, so good. And then finishing off the shelf, I kind of put this one here because it fit well so far. But it's volume 1, My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress. And this one's a cute one. We have this guy here in a relationship, falling in love with this girl, and she's like really short, so it's so cute with him being super tall and everything. But yeah, she is also a vampire. So there's that. And then moving on to the next shelf, you see this one. I did an unboxing on this one for Rimuru, and you see him a lot in my video, but it kind of cuts off here, usually in the frame. So here is a sneak peek until I do the full figure tour. But so far we have Megumi, beautiful figure. I love her. One of my favorites. But it just works so well on the shelf to have them both there together. It just looks awesome. All right, so moving on. We're nearing the end. Moving on to the next shelf, we've got Ouran High School Host Club, the complete series. I got this in a box set of volumes 1 through 18, but this is a really good classic story. We've got this here. It's in a high school, and it's a romantic comedy where it says here she is a poor girl at a rich kid's school, and she ends up breaking something really valuable in their club, in the host club of theirs, and she kind of has to work it off. She dresses as a boy while in the club, and then yeah, secrets unfold and things like that. But yeah, it's a really fun time. And then moving on, we've got Kaguya-sama Love is War. It goes beyond this. I have so far volumes 1 through 16 on here, but it's a really good romance high school series. Another one to check out. And then moving on after that, we've got Mob Psycho 100. This one I believe is ongoing as well. So far I've got volumes 1 through 7 on that. Love this anime. It's one of my favorites. There's that. And then we've got like a spin-off of Mob Psycho 100 Reagan, the man with level 131 max spirit power. So it's a side story here for Reagan. Top. And then we've got so far for Darling in the Franxx, we've got Omnibus volume 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 so far for Darling in the Franxx. Moving on to the next shelf here, we've got Haruhi Suzumiya. This one is a light novel. So there's that one, it fits in perfectly in there. And then after that, we've got Inspector volumes 1 through 14. I love this series. It's a supernatural kind of detective. There's romance in there. These two become a couple early on, so it's really nice and sweet to see their romance unfold with the story, with the fantasy going on. And then after that, we've got QQ Sweeper volumes 1 through 3. This is a good series here. Romance, and then it kind of goes off into, this is basically the prequel here, and then it goes on into Queen's Quality. I've got so far volumes 1 through 14, but it goes on after this. So this one recommend to read after you read QQ Sweeper. It's not Queen's Quality. And then last on the shelf, we've got Dream and Sun complete series volumes 1 through 10. Another high school romance series. That. And then lastly on this shelf, we've got the very bottom here. Like I said, all the heavy volumes I tend to put on the bottom of these, so that way we don't have warping shelving here. But we've got the Colossal Editions, the complete series of Attack on Titan, 1 through 7 for the series. So yeah, these are really massive. And I make sure to be careful with these because I don't want anything to crack or bend or anything, but that's the Attack on Titan series. Above that, we've got something that I talked about in a recent haul, and it is, looked it up, All Color But Black. It's an art book for Bleach. Definitely recommend this one. Yeah, so that's fun. And then after that, we've got Sailor Moon, the Eternal Editions, volumes 1 through 10, and then we've got Codename Sailor V 1 and 2 that come after that. But these are beautiful editions. A bookmark because I've been rereading that one. Yeah, they are, of course, bigger, and so you've got beautiful art in here. Hold on. But yeah, the art is so much bigger. Bless you, Luna. And yeah, it's just a beautiful editions to have on that. And then really fun editions here are Dragon Ball, the full color editions. This is basically Dragon Ball Z. We've got the Saiyan arc and then the Frieza arc after it. That's all they've done so far, as far as I'm aware, in full color. So this one is so much fun to re-experience. Love it. If you want to relive the story, these are definitely great editions to have. You just get everything, you know, elevated premium experience for Dragon Ball. So we've got the Saiyan arc that they've done in full color, and then the Frieza arc in full color. So I've got those for Dragon Ball so far, or Dragon Ball Z, honestly, is what they really are. And then after that, we've got some One Piece Color Walk Compendium editions. So far I've got them for which one is this one? Yeah, East Blue to Skypiea right here. And then that one is for the Water 7 to Paramount War. And then that last one is for New World to Wano. So these are just extras. We have concept art, and regular art on here. But yeah, it's really fun to relive, experience more of One Piece through these editions here. Really cool. All right, and before we move on to the final bookshelf, I actually have this box here. It is a Pandora box, limited edition Pandora Hearts collection manga box set. I got this for my family for a Christmas gift one year when it had come out initially. So this is a very special box here. It's beautiful on its own. It has like this little metal handles here. Let's see, on the back it has this beautiful artwork, and it's massive and heavy. So I'm like shuffling it around, and at the bottom here it has that little envelope and bloom, but you open it up here. Okay, so it opens up like a chest, and it's gorgeous art inside. Look at that, so pretty. And then we have here volumes, the complete set of Pandora Hearts, volumes 1 through 12. And they are just beautiful editions. Let me get out one of the volumes. So here is volume 8. Just for reference, they're paperback editions of the manga. They have very beautiful covers nonetheless. So it's an awesome series, so definitely recommend reading it however you can. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy I have this edition here of the Pandora Hearts collection. All right, now onto the mini bookshelf. Hey Lou, a little intermission with Luna. Okay, we're almost done. This is the last shelf that I was talking about. It's a little mini shelf on here. I just keep some other volumes, but starting from the left, we've got Baccano. We've got volumes 1 through 3, and these are really fun manga. Love the series, anime series, so this is another fun way to experience it. And then after that, we've got volumes 1 through 11 for Chainsaw Man, the first part of the story. Yeah, this is an awesome series. I'm sure you heard of this one. It's a great series. There's that there. And then we've got some light novels. I believe this is a complete set for the light novels for Unnamed Memory. Bless you, Luna. And then on the next shelf, we've got Kimi ni Todoke. This is from my latest haul, and this is the volumes I've got. I've read more of the series, just this is what I have physically on my shelves for the Kimi ni Todoke. And then we've got Parasite, another recent haul here. I love these volumes, how they go from light, bright red to dark red. Really fits the story. But Parasite is a great one to read. These are the full color editions. And they are beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous. Older art style, but it just really elevates the art with the color. So, there's that. Parasite. And this is an ongoing series. And so far I have these volumes out. Then after that we've got Gangsta. This is a really cool series here. Mature series for sure. They've got explicit content warning. Bless you. Right there, but it's a fun series here. Definitely got these guys who have a good heart, but are in a business dealing with the mafia and like the seedy underbelly of the world. So far I've got volumes 1 through 3 of that. And then the very last series we're going to talk about today is Blue Period. We've got volumes 1 through 7 on here. Yeah, it's a really, really cool series to see with talented high schoolers who are wanting to, you know, grow their love of art and their experience and talents. So that is a nice one to read. And so there you have it. That's my full manga collection tour. What'd you think? Did you see any of your favorites in this collection here? Do you have any recommendations? I'd love to hear them, always appreciated. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. It lets me know that you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, and helps YouTube share it with people like you. And anyway, thank you so much. If you want to stick around for more fun content like this, definitely subscribe. So appreciate you. You are awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.